and taking your time to be here today. We're going to start with a brief introduction of who we are. I know a lot of you in the room, but for those of you who I don't know, my name is Liz McGilvray, and I feel like I'm just being rude to you, so I'm going to stand up for a minute. I am the Rural Reserve Region Council Coordinator. So our Regional Early Childhood Council covers Eagle, Garfield, Lake, and Pitkin counties. And we're here with our state partners tonight to share some information. You may have seen some of it. You kind of can't cover everything in one night, but we do have a lot of information to share with you, and then we'll open it up for some questions and to have a dialogue, which I'm sure you'll have by the end of the night. So that's my piece for now. I'll turn it over to this guy.
Hello, I'm Matthew Hubbard, and I'm with the Office for Early Childhood, and it's a pleasure to be here and help you support this journey in quality. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Ranum, and I'm with the Colorado Department of Education with the Early Childhood Professional Development Team. Thank you all so much for coming out. I know there's a game on tonight, so you're very dedicated to this work, so I appreciate that very much.
That's why we're here.
See, there's no men in the room.
There are a couple, I've seen some.
Hi, good evening. Ditto in terms of welcome, and thank you all for coming. I'm Sheila Groneman, and I'm also with the Office of Early Childhood, and I am the Head Start State Collaboration Liaison.
Okay, so we'll start now. I know it's a little tough to go through PowerPoints, end of the day, long night, but we do have a lot of information to share. So we're going to kind of go through, and you know what? You brought up a really fun idea earlier. I'm going to pass around some sticky notes. You can jot down some questions as you have them. Sometimes our Stacy can do that for me. Having seen this and being in your exact shoes, I know that a lot of questions come up as we go through, but we may cover those things as we progress through it. So this way you can kind of write down some questions and you have it. I think we're probably a small enough group that we can open up questions at the end of the slides. But if you hold it, your questions might be answered as we move through, if that makes sense. Right. Oh, yeah, we should have tested that, because we haven't really. Yeah, well, so bear with us through any technical issues that we are absolutely guaranteed to have as we move through the night. Yeah, okay. So. Oh, I bet it is, okay. Back. Other side, yeah. It's not my computer. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, it is my computer. So tonight's agenda, let's take a quick look at what we'll be talking about. We've obviously introductions. We'll do a brief overview of QRIS, Quality Rating Improvement System, that we've all heard about for quite a while at this point. And then a brief overview of PDIS, which is the Professional Development Information System, which is a different, kind of a different aspect of this. I have a couple of handouts for you all too that you can refer to. And then we'll talk about some things that providers can do right now in anticipation to get ready for when we think we'll be implementing around the spring, right? And we're in that phase of things. So there's a lot of things that you can do now to help get you ready, be prepared, and hopefully be able to pace it a little bit better. So initial implementation we'll talk about, and then we'll go into some questions. All right.
So a short little video, and this video is being short, and then we'll watch that. Hopefully, we don't have any.
If we can get the
sound
volume.
work and whatnot. So just kind of be aware of this is kind of goes over the importance of having a high quality early childhood program, and also a little links to some brain development, and then just kind of like be aware and kind of like think about what that means in your role in your centers or providers or whatever setting you're in.
It's thinking. It's a really smart video. There we go.
the healthy development of young children in the early years of life literally does provide a foundation for just about all of the challenging social problems that our society and other societies face. What we're learning, not just from behavioral and developmental research, but also now from exciting developments in neuroscience and molecular biology, is how much early experience from birth, in fact, even before birth, how much this experience literally gets into our bodies and shapes our learning capacities, our behaviors, and our physical and mental health. The brain is basically built from the bottom up. First, the brain builds basic circuits that are responsible for basic skills, and then more complex circuits are built on top of those basic circuits as we develop more complex skills. Biologically, the brain is prepared to be shaped by experience. It's expecting the experiences that a young child has to literally influence the formation of its circuitry. It's built into our biology. The interaction between genetics and experience that shapes brain architecture is embedded in the reciprocal relationships that children have with adults in their lives. And by that we mean what we refer to as the serve and return nature of children's interaction with their adults. Development and the impact of experience on development is not a one-way street. It's a back and forth interaction. The brain is a highly integrated organ which has multiple sections that specialize in.
The brain thinks all the time.
And it goes in circles too.
And just, yeah, this serve and return is a really great idea to hear about, so.
Can you briefly say while this is loading, because I was a little bit late, who you guys are?
Sure.
So I'm Matthew Hubbard. I'm with the Office of Early Childhood as the Early Childhood Systems Manager. So what that means is that I coordinate and help out with the early childhood councils throughout the state.
And I'm Sandra Ranum, and I'm with the Early Childhood Professional Development Team at the Department of Education.
And I'm Sheila Groneman, and I'm also with the Office of Early Childhood, and I'm the Head Start State Collaboration Liaison.
You guys are all from Denver?
Yes.
And I'm not, I'm local. I'm your regional early childhood council coordinator, and our region's early childhood council is Eagle County, Garfield County, Lake County, and Picking County. I live in Eagle County and have been in early childhood in the area since 1995, never had any roles. So we're not all from Texas. So I'm here as your council person. You probably work with a lot of people who sit on our council to help kind of inform local issues and also to help support some of these new initiatives and endeavors that we're taking on through the state. So
Real briefly, the council consists of local representatives. I'm one of them. Joni Goodwin's another one with Early Childhood Network. Shirley Ritter with Kids First.
Kelly Ash.
Kelly's in Pipkin County.
Stacy.
Program
Stacy,
director.
Betty from Lake County. But we represent, so when you have things or issues that, and sorry, Donna, I'm sorry, back there. But as you know, issues come up, and as you know, if there's issues that are presenting you, whether at the local level or things that you're seeing statewide, please.
Different
You know what?
processes. So
No.
Pause that first.
No.
I don't wanna.
I was done. Let us know, and these are things that we can pass up, and they can pass through Liz up to the state level people, and conversely, the state level folks, as things are coming down and they see trends or funding opportunities, they come down through us, and that's where, you know, we have you guys come back to this room, and then we have, here's what's going on with this now.
And I'm glad you just said that. I think maybe we could take a second just to back up and explain a little bit, since we'll have an ongoing partnership and you'll see more and more of council folks in your programs or whatever it may be. There are 31 early childhood councils in the state, which reach 58 of our counties in the state of Colorado. We do work closely with the state. We also work really closely with pretty much all kinds of interested agencies and organizations to pull together systems in early childhood in our communities. So So the council is always open to anybody that wants to attend. We are always kind of actively looking for people that want to sit on this initiative. You don't necessarily have to have a background or be in early childhood, although our membership is comprised of from early Head Start School District, coaches, local agencies, HHS departments, counties, and really we are there. We have equal representation among all 4 of the counties in our region, and we are there to help inform what's going on locally and support. So a lot of things like coaching and ratings and things that have been occurring for a long time have channeled and funneled down through the council as well as other funding sources, so that makes sense. And we will be here as we get information about all of this stuff to work with you all on the rollout.
Let's just find out who is in the room here. So how many
Yeah.
people are from, have a center, or from a center?
As opposed to a,
Family home provider or school?
what can
All
I
right.
say?
School districts? School district. So how about county? Any state government? Any of those folks?
Local government.
Local government?
Family childcare would be a great group.
Family childcare.
Family childcare. There we go. Wow, great.
Nice.
Well, we have a great mix of people in the room.
R&R.
Coaches.
A lot of coaches, R&R.
Anybody else that I left out?
License camp.
Licensing?
Camps, is that what you said? Great.
Great, we have a wonderful mix of people here. Thank you for coming.
Should we be brave and try the video again? If it starts buffering, I think we're gonna call it quits and just recognize when our circle isn't working out. So, make a new plan, yeah.
That are involved more in cognitive function and other parts that are involved in processing of emotion and parts involved in seeing and hearing. So if a child is emotionally kind of well put together, socially competent, that will affect more positive and productive learning. If a
Okay,
child
so
is
sometimes,
preoccupied
you know what
with
happens,
fears
you
or
think you have the
anxiety,
best circle plan and all of a sudden you just have to bail on it, so we're
His
gonna
face
bail.
wasn't moving too much.
No, and that's distracting kind of, so I'm thinking we might not have gotten what we gleaned from it. I think part of, you heard a little bit about that, I think that, it's been kind of hot on the presses, but talking about serve and return, talking about brain development, toxic stress, all of these things, kind of a way to get us thinking about why is this so important? What's our agreement on why we'd make this commitment to make some big changes, but really commit to a quality improvement process?
I was just gonna say, a lot of those videos are on the Center for.
That's
They are.
exactly where it's
Harvard.
from. So you can go to
You can
the
see a lot of those.
Center for the Developing Child. You can just Google that, and that video is there as well as others. And I'm sure you guys all already know everything that that's talking about. We just think it's good to keep it, that's really the focus. I mean, that's the big vision, and that's why we're all here, because we are so committed to the fact that early childhood is so critically important, and it's because of all of that information.
Did you have a question, Becky?
No, I was just going to say that that's on Harvard's website.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
it-
where
yeah.
it's from, exactly.
So it's free and accessible to show to families.
There's numerous clips, they're great, yeah, so.
So before we get into the slides, how many folks have heard of the QRS PBIS system? So who would like to take a stab at what QRS stands for?
This is right there.
There we go. Try to be resourceful.
Wait.
So it's the-
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom. It's a quality rating and improvement system. And what that means is it's gonna be embedded in licensing. So if you have a license, you're gonna be at a certain level, and then you can move up and have supports through the state to kind of increase your quality once you reach a certain level. So just so you know that this isn't something that's new. Colorado's been having a quality rating and improvement system for over 14 years through a vendor probably most of you have heard of, through Qualistar. So the new rating will be through Colorado Shines. So it's a new rating system that the state has created, and the first Qualistar is going to be the one administering they're going to be the vendor that's going to come in and rate your programs based on the new standards that the state has created. Also, I want to let you know that this isn't something that Colorado is just kind of shoving out there. This is kind of a nationwide effort. Colorado has been one of the first states of 40 of the 50 states that actually have a quality rating and improvement system. So it's not something new. It's just something that we want to improve and make sure that all of our children are going to quality centers. So right now there's only about 10% of licensed facilities in Colorado that are actually rated through Qualistar. So our goal is to make sure that we want to have people that are all rated, all licensed centers rated, and increase quality throughout the state, and making sure that families know what quality is, and educating the entire state on what all the wonderful work that you're doing. So Colorado Shines is a flexible approach for programs to earn higher quality levels, focus on things that are important to each individual program. So there's a lot of flexibility that's built into it. So it's not saying that we are going to mandate your curriculum or mandate your approaches. You can still do your Montessori, you can do your Reggio, or whatever approach that you feel is appropriate in your center. So it's not something that we're trying to mandate. We're just trying to show off what you do in your centers. So it's not going to jeopardize any licensing that or put any burdens on other programs. And this is a voluntary process. So if you don't want to move beyond a level 1, there's no need for you to do that. It's an optional thing. All you need, basically, if you have a child care license now, you come in at a level 1, and there's no requirement that you need to pursue anything else. So, and if you want to, that's up to you. And the incentives are, if you want to move beyond a level 2, there's funding incentives. So you unlock funding for your programs. That's good. This one.
Nice, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I'm really great with technology.
I guess you are. You helped earlier.
So this is kind of an overview. It's kind of it's a building block and point system, so it's a hybrid approach. So level 1 is basically meeting your license requirements. In level 2, there's certain requirements. You have to have your staff enter their information into a PDIS system, which we'll talk about in a little while. And then 75% of your staff would have to complete the learning modules that are on or will be on the professional development information system website. And all those modules are free, and they do count towards your clock hours of 15 hours that you have to complete per year. So they're already things that you'd be doing normally, so it's just embedded in licensing now. And then as far as level 2 as well, there's also certain personal self-assessment that you complete, and going through a level indicators to your licensing specialist. And then once you complete level 2, then you can move on to the levels 3, 4, and 5, which are a point system that we can talk about a little bit later.
And you said earlier, Sandra, I think that self-assessment that Matthew was just referring to for level 2 is available to be?
It's a quality indicators checklist for a program to complete, and that is available. So you can see the exact checklist that you would need to go through for your program and assess your own program on.
Looks like that. It says the next generation quality rating and improvement system, and it says level 2 quality indicators. So you can kind of check through this, and I think Liz has copies, or you can get copies of this on the OEC website, or is it CD?
It would be the OEC.
OEC website. And then they're pretty much, the indicator assessment, they're kind of yes or no answers or questions. It says, staff shall respond to immediate needs of a child, for example, and it just kind of, it's pretty self-explanatory. And you can kind of check through this, and if you feel that you meet these requirements, you can schedule your licensing visits and have them come out and verify that you are a level 2.
And this one is, and what's available now is specific to center-based care, so there would be something different for family child care providers.
And we'll talk a little bit about that when we discuss what you can do to get ready. But I think as we're looking at the levels and you're kind of trying to wrap your head around it, it's nice to know that's there. You can see it, you have time to kind of think about that before you have to, there's any expectation of completing it.
Also, if there's any programs that have any exemptions or they have licensing exemptions, they are not able to participate in Colorado Shines. So, yeah.
Any exemptions?
Yeah, you do have to have a child care license.
Right, but, so, any exemptions, you said?
That's what it says.
Right, so to participate in Colorado Shines, you need to be a licensed child care provider.
Right, but there are exemptions within that license. that I-
Waivers, if you have
Waivers.
waivers, then that's fine, because you still have a license, but you do have to,
Yeah.
right. The exemptions are for providers that are exempt from being licensed, so they don't have a license.
All right.
Yeah.
We're running low on handouts, so if you're with someone from the same program and can share, awesome.
And all of these are available online, so you can access them. And we'll give you that website before we.
And the handouts, you can, yeah, you have
We'll make the copies, never mind.
the website on the bottom of those two so you can print some.
And this, Liz could email out a PDF of this actual slide presentation, and then there's links in here that you can actually click on that would take you directly to some of this.
So you can watch that,
Yeah,
you can
that-
click on the
That
video
makes it a
link.
little bit
You don't
easier.
have to write something.
Yep.
So you can watch again tomorrow.
Over and over.
Make a storybook for the kids.
One thing to do is to really kind of, your licensing specialist, the role of them, they're going to change a little bit. They're going to be, if you're a licensed a level 1 or 2, they're going to be able to help support you through that quality journey by helping you through these indicators. So if you don't currently meet some of these requirements, they can help you, offer you some technical assistance in how you can increase and meet these quality indicators. So they're there to help you, so their role is a little bit different. The state is also, they hired 17 additional licensing specialists throughout the state. So that is going to help them have a smaller caseload and hopefully get to more programs on a more regular and consistent basis. Sometimes, I'm sure some of you only see your licensing specialist maybe once every couple of years. So the goal is to have them come and visit at least every 18 months, if not more. And the visits will be a little bit more timely. They'll have an app that has all these indicators on, and they can just kind of go through them and help you out and start building a stronger relationship with you. And hopefully they'll have more consistent visits, and then you can kind of really kind of trust, and they're not going to be telling you what to do. It's going to be like, what are your needs and how can we move you through that quality process? So it's not like something that we're mandating on you. It's about working together to increase the quality.
And I think we have 3 licensing specialists here right now, right? Do you guys want to maybe say hello and talk about what your region, your area that you support people currently and will continue to support people? Take it away, Gail.
Stand up. I'm Gail Hasselback, and I currently serve Eagle County, Summit County, Routt County, Moffett County, Grand County, and Jackson County.
Wow.
I'm hoping by next April to be only serving Eagle County. At that point in time, I can do what you're saying. I will thoroughly enjoy doing that because I think that's the goal of all of the licensing specialists, that the facilities that we supervise feel like we're partners, not police officers.
Right.
And right now, we don't have time to be partners because with 168 facilities, I don't have time to be a partner, really. That's what I want to be, and I think that's what we all want to be.
Yeah.
So we're all looking forward to getting the new licensing specialists hired, up and running, trained, and to get on board and really help implement this.
Great. Mr. Lapka, would you introduce yourself and tell us where you are?
I'm Mark Lapka. I supervise Western Colorado, which, if you don't understand where that's 25 miles west of I-25 and 3 borders. I supervise licensing for 33 out of the 64 counties of the state. And we do that with a staff of 7, Gale being one of those. So that's a large territory which they're trying to get out and do this wonderful good work that we're all got proposed. But be patient, we'll get there.
And when we drop something, he picks it up.
Excellent. And Janice, Janice making copies. Oh, we'll make sure we give her an opportunity to say hello, because she's an important partner in this too. Okay, great. Sorry, just that. We're talking about people that are in the room. We should
Right,
probably
we should
say hello.
have them be included, so. So to help them, help you with level 2 application, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is submit a general application to have licensing come out and see that you are meeting those level 2 indicators. You're also gonna have to complete a quality self-assessment for your program and an improvement plan. So when your staff, 75% of your staff completes those e-learning courses that are on the PDI system, that should be all done before you want to submit your application. Let's see. And then the licensing specialist will come out and they'll perform an evaluation to make sure that you are, in fact, meeting all the indicators and that your staff is completed at 75% and that all your staff is located in that PDI system, and so they're going to verify all that stuff. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, this is where it gets good, you guys.
This is where it gets good.
I think so.
Alright.
I think they will.
Alright. I think that's the same.
That is the same.
Yeah.
That didn't make
Yeah,
it
that
exciting.
got good.
So this is the level 3 through 5 information. So this is kind of rather exciting. So once you have completed level 2, this is where the incentives lie. This is where you can actually unlock your funding, and all that funding will be going through your council. So it's really important that you have that relationship with your councils and you reach out to them and ask for the funds or materials that you need. But you have to meet certain minimum requirements in order to do so. And if you look at level 3, right, I guess that doesn't work if I just point it out. But at level 3, it says at the bottom that you have to have a minimum of 53 points. And by doing basic math that I learned in kindergarten, 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 8 plus 5 does not equal 53. It actually equals 43. So you have to have a minimum points of 43 in order to be a level 3. But you have to have the minimum points in each category in order to move on. So if you have to have a level 8, or to be a level 3, you have to have a minimum of 8 of 31 points in workforce development. And likewise, you have to have a minimum of 12 of 31 points for level 4, and a minimum of 18 for level 5. And say if you have 8 points in level 3, and then you have 9 points in family partnership, would you be able to be a level 3? No, because you do not meet the minimum requirements. You have to meet the minimum requirements in each area. And then it says that your classrooms, this is 3.75 with no classroom below a 3. So what that means is it's going to be a sampling when the quality rater comes out to observe your programs or rate your programs. They're going to do a sampling. So 50% of your classrooms in each age group will be rated. And out of that, there can be no classroom under a 3.